Hello everybody, today we're doing a Santa Fe smooth texture. This is a very large room that we're texturing. Basically, I already went through, we got everything sheetrocked, tape, coated, everything got skimmed out, second coat skimmed out, sanded, touched up, everything. So this is texture day. With this, we're doing a Santa Fe type texture. Santa Fe, it's like a smooth texture, but it's not like a smooth texture. It's not pulled tight with like 12s or 14-inch knives. These are done with Santa Fe knives. So it's put on a little heavier. Also, we're using a yellow type of mud. This is like a topping. Out here we call it a red line. We like to use this topping red line mud for the textures over smooth skimmed out areas because it doesn't leave air bubbles and it's really easy to sand because once we get this all textured out, the next step we have to go through and pole sand every square inch of this. So we like to use these toppings. It just makes everything perfect, clean. It just makes it just a perfect Santa Fe job. First things first, homeowner, we always like to show them what the Santa Fe is because they know what they want, but we like to show them a little area. So we do Santa Fe. There's different types of Santa Fe's. There's like an 80-20, so it'd be 80% smooth, 20% skip voids. But some homeowners, they just want it really smooth. Not a perfect level 5 smooth wall. It's like a Santa Fe. So the standard, when they want really smooth Santa Fe, they go with what's called a 90-10. So it's 90% smooth, 10% skip voids here and there. And you'll see a few skip voids here and there as we work along here. The homeowner to even want it smoother. So we're just going to give them, let's say, a 95% smooth, 5% voids. 95.35.55% is what we're giving him. But that's just what it is. It's just basic terminology for us drywallers to know how smooth they want it. If you're going to go with 100% Santa Fe, you might as well just skim out your walls tight, skim out everything tight. You wouldn't use these 18 or 24-inch knives. You would just do a tight skim coat, smooth wall type, just with a really tight skim coat. But basically, just working along here. We're both working on stilts because it's ceiling work. So with these ceilings, we like to wear stilts whenever possible. Also using the big 18-inch texture knives. So that way we can move along, get the big stuff, the ceilings out of the way right away. This is a big room. This is almost 1,000 square foot one room. It's a pretty big room. We had to go through and skim out everything. I'd say the first day, mudding. First coat, me and another guy, we skimmed out and coated with 15 boxes of mud. I had to go through and second coat everything. I think we used another 5 boxes. And then with this red line texture, believe it or not, we mixed 1, 2, 3 bags of red line. Each bag is 50 pounds. So we're putting on almost 150 pounds of red line mud just on this ceiling and these wall areas. So it's going through a ton of materials. So it's going to be a really nice slicked out job. And basically going to knock out the whole ceiling, go through. We'd like to do ceilings first. Then we like to bring down the high walls. And then we make sure we got everything, get off stilts. And then we like to do the bottoms. Any little rooms, closets, stuff like that. Just little areas we do at the very end. But with this process here, me and my buddy, we got a process where we were doing it where I put on all the mud in front of him and then he comes and trowels it down. So you don't have one guy scooping and putting it on. You have one guy scooping it on, putting on the mud, and then we have another guy that's right behind us troweling it down. So we have a good system for these large areas like this. When you're working with 2 guys that work together for a while, you got a nice technique to get this done quickly. There's a lot of shoulder, overhead, you're walking on stilts, so we like try to do this as quick and as possible, efficient, just get a nice coat job and it's be done with it. So most of these jobs, like when you're going to go through and you're doing a smooth coat, you want to smooth out old, ugly texture, rough textures. So this is a process it would take. You'd have to skim out everything. One coat, will fill it in. Second coat fills in what you missed. The third coat's a really finishing coat. And then when you start really getting high-end perfection, you start doing tight fourth coats, stuff like that. And then you sand in between coats to even get it even better. But with this, we did a 2-coat skim out. We sanded in between coats. We touched up in between coats. It's an hourly job, so we're just taking our time here, getting it all nicey nice. So it's a nice job with the Santa Fe type texture. Of course, in your area, you may have a different type of texture. This is just our region. We call it Santa Fe out here. So depending on where you live, you probably have the same style, but you probably have a different name. But yeah, we're also going to make a part 2 of this video where we're doing the smaller rooms. We have laundry rooms, hallways, and the bottoms. That's just a long video here. Basically, watch and learn, getting it all Santa Fe'd. We also have other videos where I did some sanding the first coat. We did a second coat skim. So I got other videos on this project. And then there'll be a part 2 of this project. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe, like, leave a comment, jump in the channel and watch other videos. I have hundreds of videos on how to do watch and learn with dialogue, without dialogue. So there's plenty of videos in my playlist, so you can probably find what you're trying to do. Anywhere from a small patch hole all the way to something like this. We're doing 1,000-foot ceiling float out with a nice texture like this. So hey, thanks for viewing.